The broadsheet's gone to pot ever since I left.
Set into the mansion's faded exterior, you see the faintest outline of a door. An entrance designed to provide the utmost discretion. Whatever lies behind the door, it guards such secrets closely. It will not reveal them to...
Lovely day, this. For now.
Set into the mansion's faded, the door pulses with a heavy, melancholic magic. Whatever lies behind it, you sense it waits for the right words. It requires permission to open. Lord Gortash's name opens many doors, but it does not open this. The door does not stir. It will not. Whatever this door is waiting to hear, it is not the name of... Nothing responds within.
No one stopped me yet. Can't keep me out. That'll fit in my pack.
Time to rest. Time.
Best be on my way. Smell! These corpses aren't the freshest.
Truly this petty.
I'd love to, thanks.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have. Still breathing, despite everything.
Warded with necrotic magic.
As I knew.
Excellent choice.
You see?
You have my attention.
Isn't a crime.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Put the wind back in my sail.
Beneath the canvas. Looks like someone stashed a note.
First, you butcher my star. Then, you dare to enter my salon without an appointment. What possible reason could you have to enter the presence of Mr. Carrion? I am not. I am a spirit medium. One capable of bridging the void between the living and the unliving. This plane and the next. You do not possess the aptitude to attempt such a journey. Nor are you the caliber of client I would usually offer to escort. My story has been eternities in the making. Were I to recount it, you would return to dust before I finish the first sentence. As for why I chose this place as my home, it is a city rife with anguish, rippling with disturbed spiritual energy. The people here required a reassuring hand to navigate such waters, and so I offered mine. If that is the sum of your curiosity, then I'm afraid we have nothing more to discuss. In this life, at least. Unless, of course, you are looking for a job. Some spiritual materials, though not much within reach of your purse, I fear. You carry strange tidings. Again, my client list is full, and you are not on it. Yes. My spirits stir. They think you might be capable. Very well. You may help me with a small matter. I have an assistant, Thrumbo. A conduit I used to maintain my connections with the ethereal plane. Unfortunately, he has deserted his duties. He has not gone far, but given the sensitivity of his nature, I would prefer that he is not free to roam the city. Return Thrumbo's body to me, and I will see that you are suitably compensated. My child, that would be asking the impossible. He is already dead. He is... what do they call them here? A zombie. A waif I rescued from the jaws of death and gave a second chance at earthly purpose. If he does not value the gift I gave in reanimating that wretched flesh of his, then I will take it back. It is my property, not his. Had I thought you were the type to shout his name from the rooftops, I would never have offered you the job. Thrumbo is not alone in his ingratitude. He has led others in my service astray. 3 of them, beggars and zombies alike. The others lack even Thrumbo's modicum of intelligence. It should be no great task to wring his location from one of them. Then, with the spirits herein our witnesses, the arrangement is made. They will follow your progress with great interest. As will I. You have done well. You are released. For now. Come closer, spirits. I have need of you.
city ruins. What was Carrion doing there? Not a chance I'll fit in there. Ahead.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
What are you doing in here?
The man's stench is unmistakable. Death, decay, despair. This must be Thrumbo, the runaway mystic Carrion was so eager for you to retrieve.
This is my spot. Go on, find your own. Mystic Carrion? You're working for him? Oh no. No, no. I knew he wouldn't let us leave in peace. You don't have to help him. He's the one you should be after, not me. You've met him. How can you need more justification than that? He murdered me. Murdered my friends. Snatched us right up from the dockside and made us these things. Monsters. Fit for gutting and grinding and desecrating the dead. He constantly abuses us. Makes us do the worst things you can imagine. There used to be 5 of us. My friend Dallas, he couldn't take it anymore. One day, I saw him drive a coffin nail right through Carrion's skull. Then another, and another. We thought he had done it. Freed us all. Then when dawn came, Talus seized up suddenly like something had got a grip of him. We ran to help, but he just exploded. I got so much blood and pulp in my eyes. When I looked back, Carrion was just stood there, completely unharmed. If I knew that, I'd have tried to kill him myself. I know this is gonna sound strange, but I've been watching him, trying to figure it out, and I think he's a mummy lord. After Talus died, Carrion blindfolded me and took me into a strange place. A foul and ancient place. Somewhere the living wouldn't dare to tread. Down there, he showed me a jar. Said it contained the secret to eternal life. And if I behaved, he would share it with me. I think it was his heart. I'm not stupid. I know what he did to my friend. Gods, how I'd love to smash that bastard jar. That's how you kill mummy lords, you know. Don't let yourself be tempted by it. Whatever's in that jar must be destroyed. I'm not sure, but in the house, beneath Carrion's salon, there's a chamber. He never lets anyone down there, so it must be hiding something important. Perhaps it's there. But be careful if you return to Carrion. He'll know you spoke to me. Make sure he doesn't see or smell you. He'll turn you into one of us, and he'll know I sent you. I don't want to die like Talus did. I want to live. Well, you know what I mean.
What to do?
Oh, please.
size of a steel watcher.
How's a dead cat making a stink like that?
Lots of talk about the brilliant future of Baldur's philosophy. You can't do it without it.
Another one who can't take a bit of hard work.
First one to give up before he got paid.
Home of Lavernica, groundskeeper of Bloomdridge Park, lover of birds, bees, and everything in between.
Bet I can crack that open. Open up. Or some kind of display? Judging by the state of the leg, this must be part of the clown.
present on Baldur's Gate. City of crime and chaos.
Look, Mama, look. It's so pretty.
I see it, sweetie. Oh, stand up.
Welcome back, dear patron. Let your knowledge...
What have we here? A magician in a tower, hiding away from the frightening world. What are you so scared of, Magus? Not the Night Song, surely? Why, she's nothing but a relic to be purchased and pursued.
My God. The Night Song is a person.
At last. There you are, my dear.
You will address me with due deference. I am Dame Aelin. And you are a whelp without honor, without pride, with nothing but a tower full of trinkets.
My apologies, Dame Aelin. I meant no disrespect. Perhaps we could start over. I am Lorroakan. I am most pleased to make your acquaintance. And that of your fine companion, who perhaps heard I was looking for you.
Go? So that this Magus might send his jesters to harangue me night and day? No. We have come for answers. And if needed, heads.
Please, allow me to explain. Dame Aelin, I have discovered a device that would allow your immortality to be shared. It would cause you no harm, no pain of any kind. You serve your mother Seluna, I believe. She who has blessed our realm with so many gifts. Honor her by sharing yours.
You do not seek to share my gifts. You seek to poach them. You dare to threaten me with the same magic that held me in torment for 100 years!
I had hoped to appeal to your better nature. Perhaps I overestimated you. No bother. I have an arsenal of implements capable of convincing you to see reason.
They say madness and genius are separated by but a hair's breadth. Perhaps the same is true of madness and stupidity.
But his magic lives. I'd hoped you to keep an open mind, but it seems you're determined to make this as difficult as possible. Boy, at the ready. Once I've taken control of the Aasimar, she must go directly into the caging runes.
No, Master Lorcan. I would never have assisted you if I knew you planned such horrors. You lied to get the Night Song here. Made us all believe she was nothing but a relic. I have seen what true leadership can accomplish, but never under your tutelage.
Watch your tongue, you child. I could make it such that no wizard in the realm will touch you.
If they're all like you, I think that sounds like an excellent bargain.
Oh, face us, charlatan! We who detest you so!
Myrmidons! Imperatum!
Let's go.
Take you.
Got to press on.
Loroakan, you who would see me caged, you who would purchase my submission with profane gold. Let every wicked magus, every vile murtherer, each slaver and misery merchant see. Dame Aelin is watching. She is indomitable. And when her face lights the shadows of your wrongdoing, you are broken by its beauty! The Firehead Fool is dead. Yet as I stare upon his corpse, I feel sadness. Why? A gripping in the chest, as though I'd lost someone. Something. Paladin's fatigue, no doubt. You were excellent in battle, as is your way. And I am proud to fight at your side. And you, tiefling, you did not embarrass yourself. I will catch my breath, then to camp I will bring my bones. Moon Maiden be with you.
The Roakan is dead. The bastard is dead. I am. Now that the bastard's in bits. Loroakan was a cruel and vicious man. By day, I'd tend the shop, but at night, he'd fire the most nonsensical questions at me. And for every one I answered wrong, he'd beat me. I could have killed him with my own two hands. But I kept thinking it was all a test. It had to be. I thought it was the price I had to pay to become a true wizard. I realize now he was just a sick, sick man. I have, with your considerable help. I see things clearly now. If I wish to master the weave, I must do it myself. Thankfully, I have everything I need, right here. Oh, I like the sound of that. I do indeed. I'll move Cal and Leah in immediately. The Roakan refused to let them stay here. They are gonna love the tower. I wouldn't have this, the tower, my family, without you. What can I do to thank you? And you'll have me. I'll learn everything I can about the tower in the meantime, even if I have to rip this place apart. But know this. Ramesses Tower and its master are now your friends. And when the time comes, we will stand by you as allies.
Something good here, I hope.
Clean up.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
artillery.
Might be useful.
Oh, a little respite does wonders.
Security.
I will return to...
I won't hide behind lies and cheap...
Welcome. Let your knowledge...
Right tool will do the trick.
You don't have permission to be here. You're about to be ejected.
The hammer's gonna fall.
Still breathing, despite everything. May the gods take you first.
enjoy this. me on the go.
Where do I go from here? On my feet. With haste.
Heading there. So much for peace.
yourself.
Catch my breath.
Destroyer. My turn.
Eat this!
Let's finish this.
I'm sorry, but you have been banned from these premises due to habitual. I am not alive and cannot be. I'm sorry, but you have been banned. I am not alive. I'm sorry, but you have been banned from these premises due to habitual violence. I am not alive. I'm sorry, but you have been banned from these premises. Thank you for your...
Put him up. Poor fucker.
I'm sorry, but you have been... I am not alive. I'm sorry, but you have been back. I am not alive and cannot be killed, unlike your unfortunate self. Goodbye, and thank you for shopping at Sorcerous Sundries. I'm sorry, but you have been banned from these premises. Thank you for...
No one back home will ever believe this.
If you're bored and I'm wrong, where have Jeremy and his mother gone?
I'm sorry, but you have... Thank you. I'm sorry, but you have been... Thank you.
Your marriage. It's not as if you're... In a little. I've got a bit more shopping to do. That's why we need the ointment.
Bet I can crack that open.
Dame Aylin has little to feel sorry about. The Roakan would have inflicted a far worse fate on her given the chance.
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
I don't get it. I, for one, am delighted Leroican got what was coming to him. I don't know. Isn't that what a paladin... Hope that good old Aylin holy fervor returns to her soon.
Storage and sorting of scrollwork, parchment, and tomes.
That's curious.
No entry to vaults. Trespassers will be disintegrated. Master Leroican.
Watch how you go. There's a trap. Be wary. This place is trapped. Each door named after a wizard of renown. The arrows must be behind Carsus's door. This place is
Caution
trapped.
is warranted here.
chance.
Be wary. This place is trapped. Step carefully. There's a trap.
Unlock hereby the path to the Carsus Vault.
I've a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
Annals of Carsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. If the crown atop the Elder Brain was truly forged by Carsus himself, this book will confirm it. All we have to do is turn the page. Devil Raphael was telling the truth. There's no doubt. The crown of Carsus is what's controlling the Elder Brain. And this is no mere journal. It contains Carsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood. Not exactly. It was what he did with it that sealed his fate, and, for a time, that of magic itself. The crown was merely the means. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it. To every end you can imagine, and 1,000 more beyond. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them. I don't know. Ao does not look kindly on gods meddling in mortal affairs. She may have no choice but to stand by and let events unfold. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus's successor. She sent me to die. Ambition is not a sin. To question the powers that rule us is not treason. We must at least try. Why wallow in the dirt when we can reach for the stars? I'm glad you can recognize this for the opportunity it is. Nevertheless, not a step to take lightly. It's our future that I'm thinking of. Can't rely on anyone else to do it for us. For now, we've learned all we can. Whatever comes of this, we cannot allow the crown to be reforged in Raphael's image. A devil wielding the might of Karsus. It would be the end of everything.
Hey, good looking.
Let's get going. What's past this?
I won't hide. I won't hide behind lies.
One with the weave.
Gale of Waterdeep, as I live and breathe. As do you, I'm glad to see. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of Emporium's sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there?
The truth, Elminster. How Carsus's crown could yet be reforged or destroyed, as the case may be.
Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mr. asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit. nor demand it lightly. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
If it was up to her, I'd be a pile of ash along with the rest of the shadow-cursed lands by now. Can't imagine what she has to say to me. Sorry, perhaps?
She does not make such a gesture lightly. The hourglass, measuring our time for such alternatives, has but a few grains remaining. If you will not hear it from me, hear it from your goddess. What truths she has to offer are for your ears alone. Gale of Waterdeep. Godspeed.
Never a dull moment.
Poor Gale. I hope he knows that a goddess abandoning him needn't be the end. I know from experience. Almost pleasant traveling with company.
Mistral wants to meet Gale. Impressive. The only thing a god's ever offered me is a cold shoulder. Let's talk.
Come for a chat?
Poor Gale. But Mister is wrong about him. Perhaps he can yet prove that.
That pointy-headed old fart talks too much. But he has also moved mountains, walked between plains, and dragged himself back from death a dozen times. If he still believes in Gale, the boy should not be overly concerned what his ladylove thinks. Goddess or no. The counting house. More bastion than bank, I'm afraid. Minsk must have a way in. But he's never had much use for coin beyond whatever sharp steel it could buy. There must be something in the vaults the Great Chosen are after. All the more reason to get there. Swiftly. Only what we heard from Keen. The Stone Lord she described sounds nothing like Minsk. The time of troubles ended almost a century and a half ago. I weathered the years between with all the elven grace you have no doubt come to expect. But do you know how Minsk, a human, passed those years? I'll give you a hint. They named him the Beloved Ranger.
The name strikes a dim memory. A monument to a hero on one of the city's squares, which had turned out to be the hero himself, frozen in stone until the city's hour of need.
No! He's an idiot who pissed off some gutter mage with a flair for petrification. To this day, I still don't know all the details. I don't even know how he was freed. Harper work would take me from the city, sometimes for years at a time. The few occasions I visited his monument, well, I took it as a moment for reflection. To think of old friends, and the fight I had to continue in their name. And during all my self-serious brooding, that big, dumb, insufferable buffoon was staring me in the face. That was Minsk's feeling too. Perhaps I shouldn't be working so hard to bring you two together. Yes?
Aelin seems a little subdued since you came back. Did something happen?
You should have seen her before. Before everything. When she'd step off the battlefield. Oh, how she glowed. Literally. But the years, the decades, the century have taken their toll. She's seen more hurt than we can dream of. She needs cherishing now. And I'm up for the task. Thank you for fighting by her side. It means more to her, to me, than you know.
Ah, ally mine. We are reunited once more. I was just regaling sweet Isabel with tales of our prowess.
Very impressive. Thank you for helping Aelin. That wizard sounded absolutely dastardly.
He did, and it came. Now, my friend, bask in your victory. I will do the same. My darling, we must inform our friend of our news.
Indeed. I've scouted a Selûnite enclave outside the city. They faced the Absolute's armies and come out battered and bruised. Aelin and I will go to them, provide what help we can.
But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Isabel and I will stand by your side.
We wouldn't miss it. Not for anything.
Go well, friend. We will see you soon. And with our great powers combined, this city will be saved.
I couldn't help overhearing what Elminster said to Gale. Not every day a god asks for a chat.
Hey, maybe I'm invited too. I can be the muscle. Hey, soldier.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Of course. Go ahead. I'm listening. I've often asked myself the same question, but never really found a satisfactory answer. You clearly see something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently. I regret many things in my life. Choosing to be here, intact and unexploded, is not one of them. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no. I wouldn't change a thing. Of course. How can I help? With How can I help? Of course.
So, Mistress requested a chat with Gale. Unusually polite for a god. I do hope it goes well. We've pissed off enough gods already.
How can I help? With
a letter from Orin.
I brought my own pen.
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest, seeking the comforts of the flesh. Recall that in time, fate, dost thou require a new ally?
Hello, my dear.
How can I help? Go ahead. I'm listening. Of course. What's on your mind? With...
Yes?
The dog wags his tail. He gives in and surrenders his find to you.
So all it took to get Mystra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it. The Weave is a highly sensitive, magical network threaded through all life on this plane. Any shift in magical energy, no matter how small, is akin to a beacon alerting Mystra to its cause. Opening a book, like the Annals of Karsus, was akin to us shooting a firework spelling, "Look at us, Mystra," directly into the skies of Elysium. She knows. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. After you. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm apoplectic, furious. Frankly, I'm not to say anything about the horrible present of Baldur's Gate, city of crime and chaos.
No, he mostly avoids that topic.
What's on your mind?
How can I help? Of course.
What's he got to say for himself?
Lots of talk about the brilliant future of Baldur's Gate, city of steel and justice.
Does he say anything about the horrible present of Baldur's Gate, city of crime and chaos?
Interference with flaming pit property. Dealt with swiftly and harshly.
You see an altar dedicated to Mystra. Mystra, mother of all magic, is the patron of wizards and often called upon by other spellcasters as well. She's said to be a jealous goddess. Even though you do not follow her, you feel her power resonating from the statue. She is the one true spell at the heart of all spells. The weave could not be in better hands.
No, he mostly avoids that topic. Interference with flaming pit property.
Welcome. You have come far, I perceive.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
An audience with your goddess can go wrong. I should know. But do whatever you feel is best, Gale.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Am I? You're right. I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than a casual reunion with an ex-lover. My omnipotent, omniscient ex-lover. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go. The summoning channel Mystra has provided is one only I can enter. No matter how much I prefer not to face her alone. You'd make a fine three-dragon anti-player, you know? I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of three-dragon ante. I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, The Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Karsite weave. I had no idea. Do you realize what this means? The orb is no stray piece of ordinary magic. It is something entirely different. The nascent form of a new divine power. Of course, I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforge the crown, the power of a god will be mine to command. The orb will answer to me. Slim to none, I hope. Mystra has no right to prevent another ascending to the Pantheon. Only Ao can decide that. Let me assure you, Karsite Weave has no more inherent evil to it than a child in the womb, or an axe half-forged on the blacksmith's anvil. It is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder, by me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you? Gods! It's refreshing to share the company of someone who sees things the same way I do. All we need to do is stay focused on the task at hand. Defeating that Elder Brain. After that, you can leave the rest to me. What's on your mind?
Wow. So that was Mystra. Pretty spectacular stuff. But I think Gale was right not to agree to do her bidding, no questions asked. I respect the gods, but they don't always understand what they're asking of us. Maybe immortality makes it hard to know what it's like to be one of us piggies. Proud of Gale, though. It takes some man to hold his own in front of the divine.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But he is strong enough to persevere, I think.
This altar isn't dedicated to a single god. Your god is one of many. And in this place you... You see an altar dedicated to Helm the Vigilant. Helm the Watcher is a guardian god, dedicated to the preservation of order. Many turn to him in troubled times. Your knowledge of religion tells you nothing more about the worship of Helm. See an altar dedicated to Tyr. Tyr, the blind god, offers justice to all. Your knowledge of religion isn't extensive. See an altar dedicated to Selûne. An inscription reads, Let all who worship the chain trust in the purity of my light. See the constancy in its goddess of the moon and stars. Her words and light have long helped wanderers to find their way. Perhaps it could help you, too.
Keep the Harper out of trouble. Beyond that, be welcome. Be merry.
Knife.
Lost in thought.
Does he say anything about the horrible present of Baldur's Gate? City of crime.
No time to rest.
No, he mostly avoids